Okay. So today we're going to go over some things which are finally fixed. We're going to talk about GitHub integration. We're going to test it. And what else? What else is on the table?
Basically, GitHub integration, and then Victor and Omar were both working on
Yeah.
our API,
Yeah.
moving away from socket and to
Yeah.
APIs. So let's see
Big
where
refactor.
they are at. Yeah, the refactor. So that would actually fix a lot of problems that we are having with the GitHub integration.
Hmm.
So let me, yeah. It's already up on the production if you wanna test it.
Which one? The refactor or the
No,
GitHub?
no, no, not the refactor, the GitHub integration.
Yeah. Let's just test it.
Yeah,
So
Wait, is it in prod?
yeah.
let's
It was finally fixed. Actually, the main problem was I added a bunch of comments everywhere to every step of the way of the GitHub integration, but then I checked the backend EC2 instance and I checked the env, and
Yeah.
we actually forgot to enter the clerk API key. I was like, that was so funny, and we were, uh,
I Yeah, honestly, I can only half remember last meeting because it was for me
yeah,
1 a.m. is so late.
yeah.
I
So
was just looking
this,
at the recording of last meeting, and it's like I'm like in the dark in the back of the
yeah.
lab, like
Yeah, before that, everybody was looking at the front end code and the back
yeah,
end code on Vercel and logging it everywhere on localhost. But obviously, localhost would work because we have the API key, but nobody checked the Vim env. I mean the env in the server. So
right.
that
So
works.
there's a Stripe private there's a private API key which goes in both Next.js and the Mastodon
Um,
server. It's the same,
yes, yes, it's basically the same
right?
thing.
Yeah.
So,
And after the refactor, it would still need to be in both just to
yeah.
authenticate both. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because now we have, so basically it was not able to authenticate the API, so it was not working.
Yeah, we should definitely though look into maybe adding a bit more logging for these kind of things.
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, was it clear when you looked at the logs what was going on?
Actually, the logs were pretty good. I just added the logs, and it was pretty clear what was exactly happening. It was pretty clear on the local host at least, but I could not see any logs because it was not um, going through basically the log in the production build. So after I added CLI, sorry, after I added a API key, then it was pretty clear. So.
Cool. Okay. So here we are.
Okay, you need to. I think you need to.
Got it.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
Okay.
so I can go to an existing project.
Yeah. Any project you want.
Nice. Okay. So now I'll see if this might
Yeah.
take
Let it
to
load.
load
Take
up.
a minute. Take a minute. It will take a minute to load up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, when I try logging in,
Mhm.
for some reason it keeps on loading, like after I authorize.
Yeah, that was also an issue there.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Would refresh fix it? Wait, let me try.
Yeah. No. I'll get to that in a minute. I'll show you.
Sure,
So yeah,
sure, sure.
click on that.
Okay, so you
Um,
guys probably can't see this, but
yeah.
but the authorized sandbox window has opened,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm
Yep.
gonna click. Okay, sandbox by GitWit org wants to access your. Oh yeah, this GitWit org is
Mm-hmm.
an organization wants to access your account. So I say authorize,
Mm-hmm.
putting in my passkey for GitHub, and then it's doing the loading spinner in the login window. Still loading.
Okay, it's basically stuck on that. So just close it and then refresh this page.
Okay, so I'm gonna close that pop up,
Yeah, just refresh this.
refresh this page.
Then
This should be loading faster now. It's slow.
yeah, it is. I don't know what it is.
Okay, let's go here. Hmm. Should I try with a new repo? With a new
Yeah,
path?
sure. Yeah.
Okay, well here we are here. In this one it's loaded. I'll try it one more time. Okay, now it's coming up and closing right away.
Yeah. So what's happening here is basically it is trying to save the GitHub authentication token in the database, but it's it's not basically able to do that
Okay.
for some weird reason. So this is the problem. But when I was testing it, it was working. I was able to do all of the things that were supposed to happen
Yeah.
with GitHub authentication, and then after I go back to the dashboard page and then come back in, then it would be just like this. Like I would not be logged in. So basically, it does not persist the session, and then when I try to log in again, it just does what it does. What it is doing right now?
Hmm. So, did you get it to work properly?
Yeah, when I was logged in,
Oh,
it was working properly.
okay. Let me try. Okay.
Yeah,
New
try
project
it. You can try. Actually, you
testing.
should be able to
It should
try
just
it on prod.
yeah.
No, sorry, not on prod, but in the
Mhm.
incognito window.
Oh, why should I use the incognito window? I'll have to just sign in again, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You should be able to sign in again, but the problem is, um, maybe there's a session that is already there with this sign in, but because the GitHub authentication token from Sandbox is not getting saved in the database, it still is in the cookies. So
Okay. Yeah, so we definitely need to make it so that if this fails, then it deletes the cookies.
yeah.
That's the first thing. Okay. Probably will still do the same thing now, but I'm just testing. So we're here, here, here. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, it does the same thing still. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Do you want to try it? Does someone else want to try?
Yeah, I'm just trying it on GitHub. Sorry, I'm just trying it on incognito window.
Yeah. This work.
Okay, yeah, it's the same thing here as well.
Okay. Wait, so it seems like we're back where we were last week.
Yeah, except
What's
um, the pop-up works.
well, it works the first time.
No, did it? I don't think
Oh,
so.
last week it didn't even open.
Exactly, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is now. So if this opens, okay, now I click this. It opens and then it closes right away. Oh, so that's
Mm.
different than last week.
Mm.
Last week it wasn't even opening, and now it's opening and closing right away. Is that it?
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay, we're getting there.
Okay, yeah. So if you create a new project, then you should be able to log in. It would be already logged in.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, now go to GitHub tab. Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
how did
Yeah.
that happen? Okay, okay, okay.
So
So
now everything will work basically, but when you go everything except delete the repository on GitHub option.
this is really cute.
No, not deleting, but yeah, everything except logging out actually. So you cannot log out right now. If you click on your profile picture and
Yeah.
then try to log out, then it will not work basically.
Okay. So this one
Yeah,
is cute.
yeah, profile would work. Yeah,
This is cute. I like this. Okay. So, but if I create a repo,
yeah, that would work. Yeah, it will create a repo. You will be able to push. You'll be able to commit. You'll be able to sync basically. Yeah. So
Mhm.
now the repository will be there.
Now this button is still here. This should probably
Oh,
change to something.
yeah, this should change.
Fresh.
Yeah, refresh it.
No.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So that's what's happening. It's not able to persist its state.
Okay. Um. Okay. It looks like we're still some ways from this being finished.
Hmm.
But it works partially. So we'll need to basically, yeah, spend some time with Victor and Omar this week, just
Yeah.
going through
So
that. But that's
yeah.
okay.
So this is where we are at, and I don't know where they are with the um, REST API integration
Yeah.
and moving away from socket. So so if they're almost done with that, which I
Yeah.
think they were saying in the group that they were.
Yeah.
So after, I think we should. I mean, after they are done, then it would be really easier to refactor the code
That's a
based on
very good
the
point. Yeah,
code changes. And,
we should just let them finish that refactor because
yeah,
it's gonna make everything easier.
exactly.
And in the meantime, there's a lot of stuff to do performance wise on the sandboxes themselves.
Hmm.
So I'm working on deployments, and Harsh is really interested in working on the Python sandbox.
Hmm.
Harsh is great with custom sandboxes.
Hmm.
He's done a couple of them already
Okay.
for computer use. So yeah, he was interested in working on the Python one, making it all work smoothly with dependencies, which I think
Hmm.
would be awesome. Um, so so that when you AI generate code, then it will also install the dependencies properly.
Hmm.
that's gonna be that's gonna be sweet.
I was thinking when after they're done with the APIs and everything, as we talked about in the group last night about refactoring the code into two basically two libraries, GitHub and AI.
Mhm.
So I think we should do that so that it would be really easy for us to maintain and add features in the future.
So the GitHub library, I'd be interested in working on that one. How
Do
that be a would that be
would you
or
sorry, what? Go on. Sorry.
that would have to be that would have to have packages both for front end and back end, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
So we'd have to have
Um,
two different libraries actually, wouldn't we? For the front end.
yeah. 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 So I think we can do this. We can make a GitHub client on the back end, and then use that in. I mean, use that wherever we need in the package, and then in the
Yeah.
front end we can just call that.
Right. The thing that's kind of tricky for me about that is the fact that there's wait yeah,
Oh, he says he moved to a new place and then internet is not great.
okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
Um,
okay, Victor.
the thing that's tricky for me about this library though is that it has to store the session keys in your database, right?
Hmm.
So I don't know how we would factor out that code because like let's say you want to use this library in a project that doesn't use Postgres, that uses something else. Eh, how would that work?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only thing that I'm stuck on. But but yeah, otherwise I think making this into a library would be a really great idea. Maybe we can just maybe that part can be just abstracted out. So so the person. So when you use the library, you have to define how that gets saved.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If, for example, if you want to save it, not save it in database and just save it in server memory, that's also fine. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I'd be definitely interested in working on that because I also have thought of like I've also had other projects in the past where I thought, oh, this would be really useful.
Yeah. And also, I think we should also think about moving the database to Superbase because it will be really easy to manage.
Oh, um, sure. What? Sure, no problem. Why do you think it's easier?
Just that when we are applying migrations and everything, so we need to open the SSH session in the EC2 instance and then apply the migration there. It's just like if we have Superbase, then it would be really easier for
Uh,
us to run it locally as well.
well, I think that's just a firewall thing.
Mhm.
Like, I think that's literally just a firewall.
Yeah,
Because
and
there's just the
yeah,
AWS firewall that's preventing us from directly connecting to the
yeah.
Postgres.
Yeah, and it's like if you have, I mean, if you have Superbase, then it would be like a visual database. So it's like easier. I mean, it's great to easier to look and feel for me. I don't like working with CLI, so that's why.
Okay. Okay.
It's just a thought. We don't have to do that, right?
No, I agree that Superbase. I mean, people everyone uses Superbase for a reason, I suppose. There's only one. There's only one reason not to, which is that currently we're running it on what's it called? AWS.
EC2 instance.
No, it's running on RDS, but
Mm.
basic it's running on AWS RDS. But the reason why you log into the EC2 to do that is because they're on the same subnet
Yeah.
and it allows direct connection. But in theory, that's possible with some rules. The reason to use RDS is just simply that it's free. Uh,
Mm.
if if we fit within the free tier uh,
Of Superbase.
of Superbase, then it's fine. Um, I don't think that you can have multiple users for free,
Um. Yeah, I don't think that too.
so it would just be one person or one sign in or one login for
Hmm.
that. But yeah,
And there,
if it's still free, then
and there is connection limits as well in the
yeah,
Superbase. Yeah.
yeah. So that's the main
So,
downside.
yeah.
Whereas the RDS is totally
Yeah,
paid.
it's unlimited. Yeah, basically.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. It was just a thought. We can move. Um, it would be just easier for us to manage. That's it. But it's fine.
I'm not against it. Um,
Yeah, we can think about it in the future as well.
cool.
So yeah. So that was that. And then on the front end, I was thinking about doing making a package as well for AI stuff,
Uh huh.
so that basically it would use AI client wherever we need AI features, and then basically we would definitely at some point need to implement decision loop and then a bunch of other features for the AI assistant. So I think
The package isn't Tambo AI, is it?
no, I know, I know that you talked with Michael probably. We are doing the same thing, but I thought we can probably do the same. I mean, we can follow the same structure um, with our things as well. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You would be
and
the one to know.
yeah, I mean, it was really the way that it is structured is really easy to add new features and then add. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, I really like the way that they have done. Uh, they have structured everything basically, so it would be really easy for us to manage and add new features too, if that was the case.
Yeah, that's something that we really need. Like, in order for this open source project to be successful, like it should be really easy for new people to come in and add things.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was what I was thinking. Um, so a lot of refactoring to be done. So I think I'll work on I'll work on front end stuff and refactor the whole code.
Okay.
Basically, first I'll refactor um, what we actually have right now, and that would I think that should fix a lot of things that we were having, and I will be able to find a lot of bugs when I'm doing that. So I think I'll do that, and then work on the AI stuff.
Cool. Yeah. I think I will probably try and catch up. Well, I am going to catch up with Victor this week. I'll try and catch up with both of Victor and Omar about the GitHub thing, and I'll see where I can chip in about
Mhm.
refactoring that as well
Yeah.
after the whole backend gets refactored.
Mhm. Yeah. And yeah, and I'm not sure how many, I mean, how much change will be needed in the front end with the new back end. So I'm gonna have to um, be in touch with the team as well. So I think I'll join the meeting that if you're whenever you guys do,
Oh yeah, sure.
so that I can also um, see that if there's anything else to be changed in the front end as well.
I think they're doing the full stack there. Like,
Mm. Yeah,
um,
yeah, exactly. So if that I mean that is the case, right? Then I think I'll
Victor,
need to.
Victor, are you here? Okay, he can't talk.
Yeah,
Okay,
then I think I'll need to wait till they are finished with it because for the refactor.
he says he's gonna create a screen
Yeah,
record.
he said yeah. So we'll see after the we get the screen recording.
Okay, sounds great.
Mhm. Yeah, so that's the plan. Basically refactoring and code cleansing.
How's
Cleansing.
how's the how's the new landing page?
Oh yeah. I think Victor made some changes.
Okay,
And
and he'll make a PR or whatever when it's ready.
yeah. So let's see. Get that.
Okay.
Yeah, and Victor was also supposed to Victor or Burhan, I don't know. That on this, I mean, basically sandbox.getwit.dev would also
Yeah,
lead to the same domain as well.
redirect. Yeah.
Yeah, redirect thing. So,
Cool.
okay.
Okay, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a